Hello everyone, let's discuss the concept of Ampere's law. So this is an integral part of studying electromagnetism. So this is the basic concept of electromagnetism. So what is Ampere's law? What is Ampere's law? So this law explains the relationship between the current and the magnetic field that creates around itself. First important point, Ampere's law. It creates the relationship between or defines the relationship between the current and the magnetic field. That it creates around itself. So it has to provide the relationship between current and the magnetic field. So what is the statement of this Ampere's law? So first I would like to write the statement, later I will explain. The line integral of a magnetic field intensity the line integral of a magnetic field intensity along a closed path is equal to the line integral of a magnetic field intensity, which is nothing but H, along a closed path is equal to the current distribution passing through that loop, that is nothing but passing through the closed path. This is the statement of Ampere's law, so which describes the relationship between current and magnetic field. So the statement is what? The line integral of a magnetic field intensity, that is H, is vector, along a closed path is equal to the current distribution which is passing through that loop. Or we can write R equal to the number of times the algebraic sum of currents passing through the loop. So the line integral of a magnetic field intensity along a closed path is equal to the current which is enclosed by that loop, that is closed integral of H dl, which is equals to the current which is enclosed, This is the statement of Ampere's law. Now I would like to take one example and I am going to explain the concept. So suppose I am having a space like this. Let us having first I would like to consider a closed loop, right? You can write it as explanation. Okay, so let us consider a wire which is carrying current. Okay, okay, this is the wire. Let us the current carrying capacity, let us take upwards, downwards, upwards. This is upwards, this is downwards. Like that, in this case also, it is having the wires, the current through that wires, let us having downwards, upwards, downwards, upwards, upwards. Let us give the numbering. This is I1, this is I2, this is I3, this is I4, this is I5. Like that, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. This is case 1. This is case 2. So what is the statement? The line integral of a magnetic field intensity along a closed loop which is equal to the current distribution which is passing through that loop, or if we have n number of wires which carries the current which is equal to the number of times the algebraic sum of currents passing through the loop, right? So from this case 1, now I would like to consider we have the current which is upward direction and downward direction. So first I would like to consider upward direction with respect to upward direction of current. So by using right hand thumb rule, what is that right hand thumb rule? Right hand thumb rule. What is that rule? Thumb represents and curved fingers represents. In this case, thumb represent current, this is flux. At any case, this case is vice versa. Thumb may represent current or flux. If thumb represents current, obviously the curved fingers represents flux, or if thumb represents flux, obviously the curved fingers represents current. So this is the rule which is used to explain the concept of Ampere's law. So with respect to upward direction of current, so the current in this wire, the current is taking upward direction, like that I2 and I4 are taking upward direction. So with respect to that current direction, so which is represented by thumb. So by using right hand thumb rule, the current is upward direction, So the thumb represent upward direction. Obviously the curled fingers represent what? Flux. So obviously the flux direction is like this. Through that closed loop, the flux direction is, this is the curled fingers representation, right? So with respect to upward direction of current, this is the direction of flux through that closed loop. This is closed loop. This is closed loop. Okay. So with respect to upward direction of current, the current enclosed is what? Which is equals to algebraic sum of currents. That is, I2 is taken positive value, like that I4 is taken care of positive value. Therefore, with respect to upward direction, you can write I2 plus I4 minus I3 is having negative direction, because we are taking the reference of upward direction of current. But what about I1 and I5? They are not present in the closed loop. What is that note? I1 and I5 are not in closed loop. That is very important note point. Or if you consider with respect to downward direction of current, obviously, so with respect to I3, the flux direction should be equals to what? This is like this. This is the direction we have to take. This is the thumb direction, that is nothing but representation of thumb, which is explained by current. Like that, this is the flux direction. So with respect to this, what is the current enclosed? Which is equals to I3 minus I2 plus I4. So this is the statement of Ampere's law. Now we have clear idea. So like that, we have to explain the Ampere's law. Suppose a conductor carries a current I, then this current flows generate a magnetic field that surrounds the wire. So the equations in the left hand side is nothing but what? H into dl describes that if an imaginary path encircles the wire, the magnetic field is added at every point. Here the magnetic field is added at every point in terms of current. That is the relationship between current and magnetic field intensity, which is numerically equal to the current which is enclosed in that loop, right? So again I would like to consider one simple example to describe Ampere's law. Example. This example will helps you to describe what is Ampere's law. So suppose you have a long enough wire that carries a constant current I amperes. Let us consider it. So this is the wire which carries a constant current, which carries a constant current I. Then, so this is the integral part of electromagnetism. Obviously, we have to describe this law by using 3D orientation, right? Let us say a 3D orientation. This is x-axis, this is y, this is z, right? At any case, these three are perpendicular to each other, right? So this is the long enough wire which carries a constant current I. Then how would you determine the magnetic field which is wrapping the wire at any distance r from the wire? So let us having, this is say this is top or side view. So this is top or side view. Now I would like to consider front view. So the front view is nothing but, so how would you determine the magnetic field intensity? If you consider a radius, so a long wire exists that carries a current I amperes. We all know that is the current which is nothing but constant current. So we need to find out how much is the magnetic field intensity at a distance r. So for that I would like to consider the front view of that conductor. So if you see, this is the front view of conductor which is present at the center. So we need to find out the magnetic field intensity at a distance r. At a distance r. Let us say this is the distance r, right? Therefore, we can sketch an imaginary path around the wire. So this is the wire which carries a current. So we have to find out the magnetic field intensity at this distance r. So obviously we have to provide the imaginary path around this wire. So that imaginary path should be present at a distance of r from this center, right? So this is the imaginary path from this center r. So this is imaginary loop. We can say this is imaginary loop. So simply we have a current carrying conductor which carries a constant current. So we have to find out the magnetic field intensity at a distance r. Therefore we have to provide an imaginary loop at a distance of r from that center. So we all know that what is the equation? Integral h dot dl, which is equals to current enclosed. So based upon this equation, if the magnetic field is integrated along the imaginary loop, then it has to be equal to the current which is enclosed. Clear? So we have to calculate the current. So the magnetic field does not vary at the magnetic field does not vary at a distance r due to symmetry, because this is the loop which is present at a distance of r from this center. Obviously there is no change in the magnetic field intensity. This is constant at every point of this imaginary loop. At this point we have same value of h, at this point we have same value of h, at this point we have same value of h. So like that, so the overall length from this point to this point is nothing but circumference, right? Though the circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r. So the path of the length should be equals to path of or you can write loop length should be equals to circumference of circle which is equals to 2 pi r, right? So length is dl is nothing but 2 pi r. So obviously from this equation what we have get, so when a constant value of h, when constant value of h and current is added to the magnetic field, obviously what is the equation? Integral h dot dl which is equals to 2 pi r into h which is equals to the current enclosed. So from this h which is equals to what? The current enclosed by 2 pi r. So from this what is the important observation? If r increases, what is happening to magnetic field intensity, which is decreases. So if we keep on increase the resistance, sorry, keep on increase the radius of the circle, what will happen? The magnetic field intensity is very less. That is very most important point. So here now the magnetic field intensity is nothing but arbitrary. Okay, so because of this radius, obviously we are going to get the different values of magnetic field intensity. So according to this equation, the magnetic field lowers if the magnitude of radius is increases. So hence the Ampere's law can be applied to calculate the extent of magnetic field surrounding the wire. Hence the Ampere's law. Hence the Ampere's law can be applied to calculate the extent of magnetic field surrounding the wire. The field H is a vector field which reveals the each region has both direction and magnetic field. So H is nothing but vector which reveals both magnitude and direction. So, and very most important point, the field's direction is tangential at every point to the imaginary loop. So if you consider any radius, so with respect to that radius we are going to get the magnetic field intensity, but at each and every point in that imaginary loop the field's direction is tangential in nature. That is H, which is equals to the current enclosed by 2 pi r. So this is the placement of wire. Over that wire we have provided, or we have to calculate the magnetic field intensity by provided the imaginary loop. So let us say this is R, this is the current, constant current I. So the direction of magnetic field intensity over that imaginary loop is nothing but, the direction is nothing but tangential in nature. With respect to this, tangential in nature, like that, tangential, again tangential, tangential. So this is the direction of magnetic field intensity. So this is very most important law which describes the relationship between current and magnetic field intensity. Then what are the applications? Of Ampere's law? Determine the magnetic induction due to long current carrying wire, and this law is used to manufacturing machines. Determine the magnetic field intensity for solenoid toroid and inside the conductor, and you have to calculate the force between two currents. So this law used to manufacturing electrical machines. That is the concept of Ampere's law. What is the statement? The algebraic sum of currents over the imaginary loop should be equals to the current enclosed, which describes the relationship between the current and magnetic field intensity. Thank you.